My toy.
What's up, Gang Gang?
And here's my toy.
Return of the GrassRoots Yang Gang.
I like it.
So we decided, because of in light of everything that's going on and all this craziness, you know what? Sometimes
Sorry
you just
to interrupt, but yeah, I said I like my toy and it looks so cool. So every day.
That's cool. All right, let Daddy finish his sentence before we interrupt, okay?
I don't even remember what my sentence was, but I was talking about roots, going back
In
to
light
your
of
roots.
everything.
In light of everything, sometimes you gotta go back to your roots. And you know, we've always been GrassRoots Yang Gang. We'll always be GrassRoots Yang Gang. And I'm hoping that y'all can't see my eye. Oh my gosh, y'all!
He got stung.
It's been a rough look. Okay, so we're out. We're out yesterday filming for our Find It, Keep It treasure channel, where we are going to not only find treasure, but we are also going to hide treasure for other people to find all across the United States, because we think that would be a really, really cool thing to do.
Humanity first.
Humanity first all the way. And we're going to give clues, and only the people who are subscribed to that channel will be actually.
It's not created yet.
It's not yet. Don't go there yet. Don't go there yet. So, anyway, so we're out there filming for that, and like, I got look. Oh,
You're like, which side is it?
I know, because it's all backwards.
It's that one. Yeah, it's swollen because he got stung.
Oh my gosh! And then I got stung again today.
God.
Man, these bugs up here in Vermont are they're at.
A cool thing while we were hiking up the mountain, little Yang Gang, one guy passed by, and we don't see fellow humans very often, and so he starts talking to me, and he's leaving. He's like, wait, one more thing, and he goes, have you heard of the Yang Gang? And he starts telling about our channel and the Yang Gang. We were like, yeah. He was just like,
which was really, really cool.
It was
great
cool.
to see. This is going to be an exciting, action-packed show for sure. There's a lot of stuff going on, and our big thing today is Andrew Yang can we convince him to unsuspend his campaign?
And if not an unsuspension,
don't hit the buttons.
Can we get him to run a third party, independent, whatever, and win?
Now, we're going to get into that in a little bit, but I want to get back to a couple things.
Yes.
Number one is you was talking about getting back to your roots. And I'm going to talk about something right now that's probably going to be unpopular with a lot of people.
Start with the unpopular stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you kind of do.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
It's probably unpopular with me as well. I don't even know what it is.
I mean, the only reason it's a fact. So like you can't argue with a fact, right? If a fact is unpopular, it's unpopular. It's not really my opinion. It's a fact.
Oh, okay. What's the facts? Let's hear them.
Okay. So no, this is definitely popular. You did put that banner up here. I want to talk for a second about number one, Juneteenth.
Yes.
Blessed Juneteenth to everybody, man. This marks an incredible day in American history. But man, like that was just like the first shot, because it's been an uphill battle this whole time.
Yeah, because even after all the slaves were freed, it wasn't until, the movements of the 60s, and this is back in the 1800s that they were free. It wasn't until the 60s that that we were all being treated as equals, but still not equal. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. More equal.
Right. But let's go back for a second. Because they made the declaration, right? They're like, okay, slaves are free. But guess what? Shit, stuff didn't happen like that overnight.
Oh yeah, it took 2 years to go from the Emancipation Proclamation to Juneteenth, when the last slaves were freed.
It's crazy, like, and that was just to get free.
Yeah.
That and like you talking about flashing forward to the 60s and still fighting, flashing forward to 2020.
2020.
And we're still fighting this. We're still fighting this. But it's okay because we win. Because you can't stop progress. And the fact of the matter is, this one, there's things that, like, I know because I was talking about you. You know, I'm teaching him a better way.
Right.
We do this, that kind of stuff. There's certain words that he will never hear from our mouths. And if he hears them, it's going to be from somebody else's mouth. So we all need to take personal responsibility and, like, let's move this forward together. I mean, and here's just I got to talk about this, man.
Is this the unpopular thing?
No, well, I'm done with all that. Anyway, I want to talk about Nancy Green. And a lot of people don't know who Nancy Green is. Do you know who Nancy Green is?
I mean, it's a very bland name.
It's a very bland name.
Yes.
For sure.
So I don't know.
Doesn't really stick out, does it?
No, it doesn't stick out in my mind.
Oh, man. So Nancy Green, right? Like, so off track.
Mm-hmm.
There's been this whole, I don't want to use the L word. So can I use the L word? I'm not supposed to use the L word. There's been this whole thing about removing Aunt Jemima, right?
Right.
Aunt Jemima her real name was Nancy Green, and she was born a slave.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
And
now I remember.
She actually became, like, she was signed to a marketing deal. She marketed for pancakes, this pancake company. Mm-hmm. This is an absolute success story for the African American community. And, like, why is this all of a sudden becoming like this issue? Like, this should be, I don't know. To me, this is just like nuts. This is like where we've gone too far in this country, because, like, you gotta know your roots. Like, nobody knows the roots of who Nancy Green was.
Like, I didn't even know her name. So, yeah.
And until we start doing the knowledge and start equipping ourselves with knowledge, we ain't never going to get better in this country, because guess what? We're doomed to repeat the same mistakes. Like, a lot of people don't know. Here's an unpopular opinion.
You're being a little bit too loud. Yeah.
Here's one of the unpopular opinions. A lot of people don't know that, guess what? Slavery is in the roots of the Democratic Party. When did the Democratic Party become this beacon of hope for the African American community? These were the same people who were supporting it back in the day. People don't realize that. We got to understand our roots, or we're never going to get this shit straight in this country, y'all. We got to. People don't know that, like, and you know, I know that there's a lot of woke people out there. Well, let me talk to the woke people for a second. A lot of the woke people don't know that some of the first slaves in this country were Irish kids. They were Irish kids. And don't you say nothing about indentured servants, because they were not indentured servants. They were brought here as slaves. Some of the first slaves here on this country were white people. That's a fact. Argue with history, but know your roots. The fact is, we're all in this together.
Loud again.
Sorry. We're all in this together, y'all. Because every nationality has been slaves virtually at some point in time. Every nationality. So, like, let's put the anger and the hate where it's supposed to be. Not hate. It should not have even said the word hate. But let's put that anger in a constructive manner towards bettering the future and realizing that we are all in this together. What was that? Oh! I was like, oh my gosh, no, you did not just poo on live. Oh man, I was supposed to be live casting to sue at the same time. Uh-oh. I don't know how to do that.
I'm going back to the comments because I missed all of your comments.
So, hold on, Zephaniah. We gotta chill out with the poop noises.
Just for a minute, okay? Somebody said hello to you, so say hello.
Hi.
Okay. So we're trying out a new platform, and because of the censorship that is on YouTube that is so prevalent here, and so we are going to we are trying a new platform. And hey, wait,
What?
hold on, I'm messing up. Anyway, we'll do technical difficulties. We'll deal with it later. Thank you for the super chat, Mark Charles. Mark Charles is running as an independent. He is Native American, coming on strong with the historical truth. Are we ready for the real truth? I don't know, because I see a lot of blinders on people in this country. You know, it's so amazing to me how we like to pick and choose our own facts, the facts that we want to deal with, or the facts that we want out there, the facts that support our narrative or whatever, and we don't look at the whole truth. Well, the one thing about it on this channel is we are coming with the unfiltered truth, whether anybody likes it or not, and you can hate on me if you want to, but the truth is the truth is the truth.
And also, we do recognize that African Americans today still have.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible.
Harder.
Yes, I'm not comparing that. I'm not comparing that.
Not even talking about.
No, it's oh my God. Yes, please. It's the thing.
Not like leaving the whole slavery thing out of it. Like if we weren't even talking about that, it's still like ridiculous. Like if you want to talk about, say, white privilege, and I know a lot of people would say something like, well, white privilege isn't a thing because I'm poor, just as poor as you are. And that's true for some, there's also a lot of poor white people. But the difference is, if you get pulled over, you don't necessarily have to fear for your life. Or, there's certain situations where you do have it easier just because of the color of your skin. But everyone should have it that easy.
Yes, because we need to recognize that we're all human beings. To me, there's one race. It's the human race. There's just one of us.
Yeah, we're all human.
We're just different shades. Like, what the fuck does that matter? That's right. Jeez.
We're not robots.
Yeah, we're not robots yet.
Yeah, we're not robots.
But we made.
So as you can see on the screen.
Yes.
Data Dividend For All. I'm gonna have to be slightly cryptic, and I don't know exactly what's being released. Just Monday morning, 10 a.m. This is what we'll be talking about. Yeah. And
comfortable.
Yeah,
basically, we've got some hashtags that we're going to be trending. I don't know. I feel like some people have already started trending them because we're trying to get the word out. But I think the main trending time will be Monday at 10, and that would be hashtag pay the people, hashtag data dividend for all. Okay, you're gonna have to stop being crazy for a minute, okay? Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, and there will be a website. It is not up yet, but
cut out.
This is gonna be a really cool thing.
Okay, but it's a live.
The title pretty much says it all.
Cut out.
None of this can be cut.
Look, you're gonna make me act like a 5-year-old on live TV. I'm just playing. Stop.
Okay, you're gonna have to
Seriously,
go in the
stop.
room if you can't sit still.
Okay, so
Okay.
we've got okay. We got in his feelings. It's like his daddy. I get in my feelings a lot too.
It's almost impossible for us to work nowadays.
It's hard. But he likes treasure hunting for sure.
He does like treasure hunting.
So where were we at? So
the data dividend for all.
The data dividend for all. I don't know.
Anyway, we should be, as Andrew tweeted earlier, we should be paid for our data. And Monday is when he is dropping the plan for that and the knowledge for that. And it's actually pretty exciting because if you can get around it's kind of like a form of UBI, you know, as we always talked about it being paid for with data and technology. Well, he has a way that he might be able to start that with data, like before he's president.
We are really, really excited to see what he's going to be talking about on Monday. That for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And before we get into the actual stuff that the live stream is about, the can we make Andrew Yang Unsuspend?
Can we?
I wanted to talk for a minute about another what you call it? Yeah. Let me find it right here. Here we go. Herzog Debate.
Did y'all catch that?
Nadler. Oh my gosh, Nadler. It is time for you to go, sir. It is time for you to go. Jonathan Herzog put on kind of a, man, it was a nice performance. You know what I'm saying? It went okay, now you know I like MMA, right? And if I had to equate that debate to an MMA fight, like they went 3 rounds, but Herzog was the clear winner as far as I'm concerned. There was another person in that debate, in case y'all didn't know. Her name was Lindsey Boylan. And I want to say something to the Yang Gang. She's been getting a lot of hate because of her histrionics, and she kind of acted like a something the other night. She, you know, she's very, like, I don't know, she almost comes across to me, she is what she is, okay? And she's very visual with her face.
That's so unprofessional.
But for me, it was the tweet that she put out where she was talking about how what you call it? Oh, how she was in a debate with 2 men and she couldn't speak. I watched that whole debate, man, and there was only one time when she couldn't speak, and that's because somebody else was speaking, and she had her hand raised, waving it all around, trying to get the moderator's attention. And as soon as dude got done speaking, I can't remember which one it was, he immediately went to her and let her speak. It's like,
she was also like interrupting them, and that she probably got the most amount of speaking time because she was just like blah, 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 blah. So
but you know what? The truth, man, like, I'm so fond of saying. Thank you, Kane. For sure. Let me shout that out for sure. Thank you for that. If you know, people know when you're real. You can't fake. We had a saying back in my day, right? Oh, speaking about back in my day, man, I'll find the white hairs in my beard. What's up with that, y'all? That is crazy. So anyway, we had a saying back in my day, can't fake the funk. And that's just it, man. People know when you're real and when you're faking the funk. It comes across. And she was, I don't know. To me, she's faking the funk.
I so badly want to talk about some Andrew Yang like bombs right now. But we have one more thing we got to get into, I think, before we get to that.
Andrew Yang bombs.
Just because I want to mention something, I'm just saying because like this is pretty huge, y'all.
But we can't. How much? But like, can we even say? Are we even allowed to say what we know at this point in time? Inside information. I mean, I'm just asking because I don't know how far we can actually take.
Well, we can go by what was said in a Joe Rogan podcast. We'll get into that. Let's Rony Rona. You know what that is because we can't use and basically I just wanted to show you a chart. Like everything opened up way too early. There's like probably 20 states that are going to be epicenters for it. And I just want to show you a little picture, which I would put it up on the screen, but I don't want to crash the browser here. So bear with me. It is this photo. And I have to put, this is so like janky.
Well, let me get this out.
Okay. Can you see it? Anyway, that last one in the bottom corner, that's the United States. Okay? So every other country is up and then down, and we're up and across because we just can't get our crap together.
Not what you want to be first then, y'all.
And they're talking about they're not going to do any more shutting down of anything.
Oh my gosh.
It would be a disaster if we did. It would be a disaster if we don't. The problem is we started opening up too early. And then when we had the Black Lives Matter protests, people were distracted with that from the Rony Rona. And they were focused on that. And then they were like, oh, it's over. And I hate to admit it, but even we had guests over, family, you know, like one person, two people. And we've also went out to see
one person.
And
that's the extent of our contact.
But that is because we started feeling comfortable enough to do that when in fact we shouldn't be. I mean, Vermont's doing the best of all the states when it comes to Rony Rona, and that's just the facts because we got a lot of, I think it's just the amount of smart people in this state. And the fact that our governor took action immediately and put in those stay-at-home orders almost before every other state.
Yeah, he was on top of it. Yeah.
Most people here listen. I see masks everywhere. A lot of people still staying home, but now that we're at this point, people feel like it's over. They're like, well, I'm just tired of dealing with it. I just want to go back to my regular life.
And that's the thing, because, you know, you got the protests, right? And the protests are, you know, they're going on, and they should. But when these events happen, right, we do forget about the Rony. Because it gets one, right, the media is not throwing it in your face constantly because they got something else to focus on for a second. But two, because it don't fucking matter, because we're willing to risk the Rona just to go out and have our voices be heard in this crucial moment. And so it gets put on the back burner. You're willing to take the risk because it has to happen.
Because there are some things that are worth the risk. There just are.
Absolutely.
And that's one of them.
Absolutely.
Now, a Trump rally, on the other hand.
Not so much. Not so much. 1 million people requested tickets. Almost 1 million people requested tickets to this event. Now, they're only letting in 16,000. Okay? I'm telling you, MAGA is ready to go. They are ready to go. They are ready for this election. And I promise you that Joe Biden will not fill a high school arena. I'm sorry to say that. I wouldn't go see him. I don't know anybody but diehard blue, no matter who, or the occasional somewhere there's a Joe Biden person.
Which brings us to, thank you again, Kane.
Yes.
We will be very careful about the stuff that we know is not released yet. For sure. We'll do our best. Even though, you know, when you know something, you want to tell everybody.
But we don't know.
We don't know.
All we know is what we know. So, I guess now we're into it.
We are in. Let's just get into it.
Let's just get into it. And we're at like the 23-minute mark right now, right?
We are probably going to talk about this for like 30 minutes.
Maybe, maybe not.
There's a lot to get into.
There is a lot to get into.
Did y'all catch
Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan and what's his name?
Weinstein.
Weinstein. Okay.
Not Eric Weinstein, his brother.
Brett.
Weinstein.
Yeah. So
now, hold on. Let me preface this for a second, because if y'all don't know who Eric and Brett Weinstein are, they are like, to me, they're some of the most intelligent people that are here right now. And I'm happy that they are here, because they talk a whole lot of sense about a whole lot of things. And he went on Rogan yesterday, and he said that he had a proposal that he wanted to kind of talk about. This was about halfway through the show. And we'll leave the link to the actual clip below. And he said it would entail somebody having a large podcast in order to make it work. Okay. And that would be if there was a Darkhorse Duo that came along, because your choices are Trump and Biden. And really, you're not inspiring anybody with those choices.
There's only, I mean, as much as it seems like MAGA is huge, there's probably only a select group of them that are firmly like MAGA. It's not all of them. They're not all like, yes, it's Trump or just die. That's only some of them.
Because there's a lot of us over here that don't really want to be over here right now,
Right.
Don't want to be associated with.
And Biden excites no one. Okay.
But yeah, you're
So
gonna
if
put
we-
those choices in my face. I mean, but that's just it. And now this is what Weinstein was talking about. He was talking about his proposal was for what was this admiral? I can't remember the admiral's
I
name.
got it right here. But first, his proposal is there's a Darkhorse Duo.
A Darkhorse Duo
You
to
get
come
your
along.
center left and you get your center right and you stick them together. You just watch the clip. You'll get, the gist of it. But it's actually a brilliant idea. And
So one man runs for president, and the next term, his vice president runs for president.
the next term they flop again.
Until they either vote it out and that's a
Or they
great
exhaust
idea.
their 2 terms.
Obviously we
created
know
this.
that Donald Trump was not going to do that because he's got to be the head honcho.
I really love this. Okay, so I just wanted to share. I don't know who made it, so if you do, let me know. Gosh, this is so janky. I wish I could put it up on the screen. But right there it says United Party, and you've got William McRaven. That's him. And Andrew Yang, obviously. And it says United Party, vote November 3rd is one country. In times like these, we need true leaders.
So where does it? Okay, you know what? Because I'm absolutely horrible at keeping the secrets that I'm supposed to keep. You just go ahead and you talk about what we can talk about for a minute.
Talk about what we can talk about. So we already know Andrew Yang has said many times he would not run as independent or unsuspend because he doesn't want to take those votes away from Biden, right? And he feels like that's where the votes would come from if he was to do that. So he's not going to do it on his own. But as we know, he is opportunistic, right? Wouldn't that be the word? If the opportunity is there and he has the opportunity to save America, he's going to take it. So it's up to us. And I think we need to get into contact with big names. Like when Weinstein told Joe Rogan about this and mentioned Andrew Yang by name, Rogan seemed excited, did he not?
He did.
He was like, yeah, I like that. So Joe Rogan's a big name. Weinstein's a big name.
You'd have both Weinstein brothers, Joe Rogan, and the mass of people that Joe Rogan would bring along would be just incredible for this campaign. Oh my gosh.
Now, y'all.
No.
Oh my gosh, I'm loving the comments. McLovin, McYang, McRaven. Well, it is McRaven, but yes, McYang.
So,
that's great. Let's McYang. Oh my gosh, we got a hashtag McYang right here.
I see the comments, but where are you going with this? Because we're talking about Andrew Yang unsuspending his campaign. And he's talking about McLovin, McYang.
Yeah, with McRaven, McYang. That's the 2 names together. That was so hard to understand.
I was just trying to think something better.
Said it. McYang 2020.
Look, there it is, McRaven. I guess we got a winner, McRaven.
What is his name?
Yeah, I mean McYang. Oh my gosh, I'm confused now. So anyway.
Y'all confused Russell.
That's not hard to do.
So anyways, let me go ahead and tell you.
So he would need $50 million. How's he going to get $50 million? So
Jack, this is what we have to do.
Okay.
If y'all have those contacts that have contacts, we are already, never mind, I can't say anything about that. If you, this is so hard. Okay. If you have a way to get in touch with people like Dave Chappelle, any of the people that we need Jack Dorsey. We need Jack Dorsey. We need to get in these talks with all these big names and big monies, and we need to get this pushed out there because it's going to excite a lot of people like us. Are you not excited? We need to get back to work. That's why GrassRoots Yang Gang is getting back to work.
This would throw a monkey wrench into the system like we haven't seen. And certain people have been in contact with certain other people and certain things have been said.
certain things and stuff and things.
And I know I hate being cryptic because people are like, "Oh, you fucking just leave it alone," because now you're just like you're exciting us for no reason. But I'm actually not. We do
need to get excited. And we need to get fired up.
Yes.
So.
And we need to start pushing in the right directions. If we push in the right directions right now, we can make this a reality. And we could have the do-over that we all freaking wanted when this campaign ended. You remember how bad it felt? It felt like your heart was ripped out when Andrew Yang suspended his campaign. Well, we have the opportunity to turn that around and push it in the exact opposite direction and feel just as good that we finally, we have this do-over. But it's going to take us all pushing. And it's all going to take us pushing on the right people and pushing the right buttons. We got to be loud, y'all. We got to be loud.
We still do have plenty of time.
For sure.
Because we've got till November.
I got stung in the eye yesterday and it's making my eye water.
Making both your eyes water. Weird.
Crazy.
I am going to guess, in about 2 months, you have a lot of people that are like, Trump. And in 2 months, you have a lot of people that are like, Biden. We already have a lot, but I sense
it's only going to get worse.
It's going to be a lot more, and they're going to be looking for other options. And do you think the libertarian is going to be their option?
No. Unfortunately. I mean, and I say that unfortunately because, man, you feel like if there's one party that should be trying to represent like freedoms in America and doing the right thing, it's just like the Libertarian Party would step the frick up. But like they just all want to just act like they're libertarians.
They're just pretending to run for president, basically. Like, let me get my name out
there. And that's why nobody gives them any kind of credibility.
Right.
They got boots on their head, and that's great. Satire is great, but you know what? We need actual change. We need Andrew Yang, and we need him to unsuspend.
The only way he's going to do it, because he said multiple times, "I'm not going to do it. It's just gonna, it's just gonna mess up Biden's chances, and we need to get Trump out." He's in that kind of mindset, right? That Trump's got to go because even though Biden's not the best pick, it'll be worse with Trump. That's his mindset. He's not going to unsuspend on his own. He is not going to run third party on his own. We have to make it happen, because if it gets enough momentum behind it, he's not going to have any choice. So the best choice of words would be draft. We are drafting Andrew Yang for president.
And that's what Weinstein was talking about. He was talking about drafting him as president. It's like, listen, your country needs you, period. Mm-hmm. Your country needs you. Your country cannot afford to wait 4 more years under Donald Trump. Your country cannot afford to wait 4 more years of deterioration under Joe Biden. And nobody that Joe Biden picks as his running mate is going to excite jack squat nobody. Not even the dog-faced Pony Soldier Legion. They're not even excited.
Fred's trying to throw some wrenches out there. You see him?
What's Fred saying? Okay. I mean, like, there's only so much that I can say, but if a lot of people who are OG Yang Gang are talking about this,
especially since Fred calls and texts Andrew every day, right? You're harassing Andrew, Fred.
It's not. I'm just kidding. We're just kidding, Fred. We love you. But listen, y'all better pay attention, and y'all better get excited, and y'all better start getting the word out, and y'all better share this video out, because
if you have to share it from the clip on, from the 30-minute on, or whatever it was.
Whatever it is that you got to, maybe we can clip
the rest of the Yang Gang knows that it's time to get back to work.
It's go time. It's go time. If this happens, all the life gets pushed back into this country, I believe. Because if you get people, right, who are behind this, obviously you're going to have Dave Chappelle. Obviously you're going to have Childish Gambino. And now you've got the Weinsteins on board. And now you've got Joe Rogan on board with this third party. It's going to take big names like that to get behind it. But I will say that some of these big names have already been in contact with people inside the Yang Gang. Okay.
So let's get busy, y'all.
So we got to get busy, and we got to get ready. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but if you noticed, we changed our name back to GrassRoots Yang Gang. And because we think that this is. I have never given up on this campaign since it ended. Since it started, I have not given up that Andrew Yang was going to come back and that he was going to unsuspend. And now we actually are seeing the inner workings that he may just do that.
We're seeing a path, and we need to take this path. It's going to be the tough path. And I don't know.
But you know what?
We've already been brokenhearted. We've been there. So
the Yang Gang was built for that. Because you know what? Most of the Yang Gang is the broke folk vote. And they ain't much that can affect the broke folk vote that we can't or haven't already overcome. We've been disappointed at every turn. We've tried to dig our way out, pull ourselves up by the bootstraps, and we've been knocked back down, and we ain't never stopped. We're still here, and we're still fighting, and we ain't never gonna give up. Maybe that's where we should end this show.
I wasn't done yet. But if you want to end on I gotta end on my special, eloquent delivery of words.
We love you, Yang Gang.
Bye, y'all. We'll talk to you soon.
Real soon, because things are about to get exciting.
Yeah.